So if you're looking for a part of Salem that's peaceful, affordable and full of charm, but still minutes from shopping, schools and some seriously beautiful green spaces, then this could be the neighborhood for you. Let me show you why South Salem might just be one of the city's most underrated places to call home, and why properties in this area might just be way more affordable than you think. So hello, I'm David Backholer. I'm a real estate broker based in the Portland metro area, and I cover Salem and the surrounding areas. Now I specialize in helping out-of-town buyers and locals alike find homes that truly match their lifestyle. So whether that's an urban or suburban lifestyle or somewhere in between, I've got you covered. Now the focus of today's video is to show you what it's like to live in South Salem, why you might want to consider moving here. And South Salem is largely a residential pocket of the city. It blends community, warmth and an abundance of green spaces. I'm currently walking through Brian Johnson Park. I've actually got here because I've got a listing right behind me, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But you can see some of the homes in this area as I spin around. You'll see these homes back onto the park are truly beautiful, and then there's some hills and green spaces right behind me as well. Now I would say this area is definitely more laid back and suburban than downtown Salem, for example. But that said, you're never far from a grocery store. You know, there's a Safeway only 5 minutes from here, plenty of coffee shops and plenty of course takeout spots as well. The vibe is peaceful, it's quiet, friendly, very livable, and definitely an area I recommend you consider if you're thinking of moving to the Portland metro area. Now before we go too much further, let me bring up the map so you can see a little bit more about the location and what else we have in the surrounding areas. Okay, so we're on a map and I'll start off and show you exactly where Salem's located, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper and show you kind of some of the amenities and what to expect of South Salem. So Salem, obviously it's the capital of Oregon. It's about an hour south of Portland, does depend on traffic. You're also about an hour north of Eugene, big college town there of course. And then it's about, let's say, maybe 90 minutes roughly to the coast, maybe a little bit less, but you can get to the coast. Lincoln City, Depot Bay is really, really pretty and small, but cute. But Salem is down here. Obviously, South Salem is the southern part of it. And the reason I'm really calling out South Salem in today's video is because it has quite a different vibe to other parts of Salem. Now, Salem itself is not a big city. You can get from one side to the other in maybe around 15 to 20 minutes at most. So it's not like, you know, you're cut off if you're in one part compared to the other areas as well. But let me just dig a little bit closer in. Firstly, let's take a look at the satellite view. I always like to show you this. Because remember, Oregon and many of these cities in Oregon really is a big agricultural state, and Salem is part of the Willamette Valley, so you'll see, you know, vineyards up here, but you can just see how many fields, vineyards kind of surround the outskirts of Salem. And when we're in Salem, or the southern part of Salem, you really are kind of on the edge or some of those fields. So it's quite a green area. There's some hills with some nice views and trees, but it's quite of a picturesque part of Salem. Let me just go back to the layer view just so you can kind of start to get a vibe on where things are. Now, I was doing quite a lot of filming down here next to this, actually in the Brian Johnson Park, kind of on the southern edge. You've got a big golf course down here as well. There's some custom homes. There's some new construction going on here. And then you're only about 10 minutes from kind of the downtown area, which is right along here. All right. And when I say downtown, we're not talking about high-rise buildings. These are like 2 or maybe 3 stories high at most. And it's kind of a small walkable area with a few cafes, shops and restaurants. But it's not big and booming, but there are a few things there. But you do have lots of shops. There's Costco out here, Safeway. You've got everything you need kind of within 5 minutes of this area. So what you can expect from South Salem is a little bit quieter compared to other parts of Salem, a little bit more peaceful. It doesn't really have a lot of through traffic. The houses have a slightly newer vibe, so lots of houses from the last 20 years. Very, very green, some hills, lots of walking trails, but it's kind of a peaceful, really nice part of Salem. Okay, now let's jump into the main part of the video and see what else this southern part of Salem has to offer. So overall, South Salem, it's very well located. You're only about 10 minutes from downtown Salem. You're also right near places like Costco, Safeway I mentioned, Trader Joe's, and a bunch of other shopping and dining options too. And one of the nicest things about South Salem is that you're close to nature, walking trails, parks, and plenty of open spaces. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is Brian Johnson Park. This is embedded in the middle of the neighborhood, so this is very much a residential area with some pretty beautiful homes. This will kind of give you the idea of what it like is to live here. Many houses in the South Salem pocket will be, within close proximity to a park. There are several great parks in the area like this, but this is probably one of my favorites because it is so quiet. You've got lovely little walking trails, lots of nature. I saw actually a couple of rabbits earlier, some hummingbirds, and you'll often see people out here, walking their dogs or just going for a jog or just enjoying the outside space. Okay, so now let's turn our attention onto the topic of housing. And in South Salem, you're going to find a broad mix of home styles, from classic 1960 ranches to single-story homes and larger two-story traditionals. You'll also find some newer homes from the last 15 years here too, and also some new construction. There's some upscale custom builds here. Those are going to be tucked into the hillside with some fantastic views. And you'll see many houses will sit on a fairly quiet tree-lined streets. And overall, as I just walk around, you'll see just how quiet and peaceful some of these areas will be. Now, the newer homes, those are going to be fairly traditional size lots. However, there's also some older homes here too. They're going to be on larger than average lots. It's not uncommon to find a home on a quarter acre or half acre or even several acres overall. Those are going to be in some of the older neighborhoods here in South Salem. At the same time though, the newer subdivisions tend to offer modern floor plans, lower maintenance yards. That does also mean smaller yards, but also something that people who are looking for convenience are going to favor. Now, in terms of pricing in this area, typically homes are starting around the high 300s, low 400s, really for kind of an older, smaller property. Lots of houses in the high 400s, 500s. Some of the mid-sized homes, 600s and 700s, and then the upper homes, upper tier in terms of size and finishes, will be over that $800,000 range for those custom homes. You won't find that many in this area over $1 million. It's pretty rare, to be honest. Maybe that specialist custom home. So a lot of the homes here in South Salem are single-story homes, and that's perfect for anybody looking for accessibility and that long-term ease. And that leads me nicely to my latest listing here in South Salem. Now, if I spin around, you'll see it's kind of at a quiet cul-de-sac, overlooks a park in the background. It's Brian Johnson Park, and that's the park we were earlier doing some filming. Now, this house itself is a single-story, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home that's been upgraded throughout with sustainability in mind. You've got solar panels, EV charger, a clover and drought-tolerant lawn, organic landscaping, tankless water heater, highly efficient heat pump system, and all of these add up to lower monthly bills and a smaller carbon footprint. So let's take a quick look around the house, and I'll get back to you at the end and tell you the price. Okay, so as you walk through the front door, you've got 2 bedrooms immediately to the right-hand side. You'll see this one here, which overlooks the front of the house, has a ceiling fan, and some bamboo floors. Those are the very sustainable, quick growing, make them a very renewable source of building materials. A good sized closet in this bedroom as well, you'll see. Overall pretty decent. This makes a nice office because it's a little bit separated from the rest of the house. You have a full bathroom here as well, so attractive full bathroom, tile, black trim, and these use Delta shower heads. That's and also eco-friendly toilet. So both the shower head and the toilet uses about 20% less water than traditional bathroom items. Good sized bedrooms. Again, this is a 3-bedroom house. This one staged as a bedroom, double closet there as well. And then when we go out into the main part of the house, you have a coat closet immediately to our left-hand side. And then the house opens up and it's very open floor plan. You got a beautiful gas fireplace in the house. Vaulted ceilings, so attractive, spacious. And you can see again, the house is set up so that if someone's in the kitchen, overall, they can still be part of the activity in the house as well. Great, beautiful kitchen. This is a Samsung Star Energy appliances. You've got the stove, which is an electric stove. I know many people prefer gas stove, but think about this house. It uses solar panels, so effectively you're going with that choice to be energy efficient for everything you do. Again, great dishwasher as well. Beautiful tile floor. Tons of storage space as well. Lots of cabinets throughout. The dining area is fantastic because you got the sliding doors which opens up onto the truck's deck. And I'll go outside a little bit later, but you can see we're looking onto the back of Brian Johnston Park. Makes it an attractive area as well. Great, beautiful living room area with the fireplace. And then we're going towards the back of the house. To the left here, this door goes into the garage. I'll just give you a very quick look into the garage. Obviously, double doors. You've got in the distance an EV charger, and then you've got a tankless water heater here as well. And you'll see that took up such a little space compared to a traditional water heater. It's also, again, more efficient because it only heats it when you need it. Large appliances, so these are obviously the wash and dry, but they're large capacity, so it uses less water, so you can do more loads, less water overall. And then this is the primary bedroom, again vaulted ceilings with a ceiling fan, really nice and spacious. And once again, it backs onto Brian Johnston Park. And then to the left-hand side, you'll see we have a large, spacious closet. It goes deep, pretty deep overall. Crawl space access. And then here we have the bathroom, big bathroom, plenty of storage, shower, stool. Again, lots of cabinet space. Really large double vanities, and then obviously toilet in the corner. Okay, so this home really showcases what's possible when eco-conscious design meets everyday comfort. Plus, you can literally walk out your back gate and into Brian Johnston Park. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. It's 1,448 square feet. It's highly eco-friendly, and it was built in 2010. And it comes with a very reasonable list price of $497,500. Now, this should give you a good example of what you can get for your money here in South Salem. In Portland, this home will be anywhere between $100,000 and $200,000 more. That depends on which neighborhood you're in. Okay, so before we continue, I did want to remind you that if you are considering buying a home anywhere across the Portland metro area, including here in Salem, then you need to reach out to me. Feel free to give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to assist you with your journey here. Okay, so now let's spend some time and look at how much it costs to buy a house in the South Salem area. Now, I already showed you my listing. That property was actually listed for $497,500, and within 2 days, we received an accepted offer over list price. Now, we're only just pending, so I can't tell you exactly how much that's for, but we're pretty happy with that offer within such a short period of time. Now, I've got my website up and I've got all the houses kind of in that South Salem area selected. There may be some in the southeast, southwest area as well selected, but this gives you kind of the idea. There's about 70-ish houses selected here, and there really is quite a big range. Now, we're just looking at single family homes, so any condos, townhouses, apartments, manufactured homes, those have all been excluded. We're just looking at traditional single family style properties. And you can see the range really is from the 439,000 here for a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet. There's one here for 399, which is 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms. But that range really tends to start around the low 400,000s. And then there's several kind of in the 500,000 and 700,000s. There's even one here that looks like it's certainly on the larger side, around 900,000. So really, if you're looking for something around 1,500 square feet, you're probably going to be around $450,000 to $500,000. If you're looking over 3,000 square feet, you're going to be around 800 plus. Let's start off actually, whilst we've got this one selected, this is probably one of the highest priced homes. There are a few higher, over $1 million, but those are going to be some custom homes that are a little bit special. This one, let's take a look. Okay, so this one is $901,000, built in 2002. Property taxes are around $11,500. This is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom home, and it's 3,300 square feet, and it's just under a fifth of an acre. And I can see up here it says golf course views. So let's take a little bit of a look at this one. So maybe those views are really kind of bumping up the price. Now, it's not quite backing onto the golf course. Maybe some rooms at the top here can have some views of the golf course, but it's not quite, I would say, on that golf course directly. Let's take a quick look. So it's an attractive large home. This is overall, a really nice area, very, very close to where I was filming in that Brian Johnston Park area. This is kind of the just down around the corner from it. Yeah, you'll see got some virtual staging, great. We'll see, kind of big. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the virtual staging. It's too distracting. But big windows, nice overall design, kind of large scale kitchen. Overall, a decent sized house, and you can see actually, maybe it's been a bit unfair. We are quite a bit much higher up here, so you will have some views down there of the golf course. So definitely more than just those little peekaboo views I had indicated before I started looking through. All right, I'm not going to spend any more time on this. The virtual staging is a little tough to kind of to view. So let's go back and see what else we have on the market. All right, so now let's go to the opposite end. Let's go for something on the much lower end of the price point. And you can see this is the 901,000. That's the one we just saw. This little green area, that's the Brian Johnston Park where I was filming. And there's one right here for $398,000. So just under $400,000, and it's an attractive house, kind of a very typical single family, single story home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,300 square feet, built in 2009, property taxes around $4,300 a year. So it's kind of a very affordable home, lots of single family homes, which are really desirable in this area. Still has a nice big yard and a 2-car garage at the front. Let's see, okay, so we've got kind of the vaulted ceilings in here. It's kind of open plan. I think they haven't presented this house quite so well because this big sofa really kind of takes up a large part of the house. But kind of a kitchen, nice floors, or nicely, I should say, updated floors perhaps. Updated inside overall, very... move-in ready, doesn't need any work from what the eye can tell. The cosmetic upgrades are fine. Maybe I'll do some changes over time. You've even got a deck, needs a bit of repair from what we can see here. But you can still see you know, there's a bit of a yard. Obviously, it's a bit of a blank canvas right now, but definitely something for someone a bit creative to come in and put in a really attractive yard with a bit of work. But overall, this one is under $400,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,300 square feet. Let's look for something a little bit in the middle now, the two we've seen. Okay, I'm gonna check out this one next. It looks like a really attractive house, to be honest, and it's $619,000. So kind of in the middle point of what we've seen so far. And this one is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It's just under 2,600 square feet. Whoops, just under 2,600 square feet. It's on 0.2 of an acre, and again, built in 2007. So all these houses we're looking at in this area are all from roughly the last 20, 25 years, kind of in that time scale overall. An attractive house from the outside. Nice yard, nice and green, good garage. Looks like it's in good condition from the exterior. I do like kind of this kind of focus wall on some of these homes, just kind of that the eye pops to it a little bit more. Nice front porch area. Again, vaulted ceilings. You'll see this quite a lot in some of these homes. It seems to be the style. Certainly was the same as the listing I showed you. A very similar fireplace to what was in the listing that I had. Kind of the style in the corner. Yeah, kind of actually the same kind of lower floor area as my listing there, with the doors that open up to the back. So perhaps it was the same builder. This one obviously has some space upstairs overall, but yeah, this definitely has a similar layout in places. Good size rooms, bathroom a little bit dated. Someone might want to do some renovations, but a good size laundry room. It's very nice. And this does have like an upstairs area with some more additional space in there as well. And then someone's utilized kind of a garage and a really attractive backyard. So you've got kind of the patio area, a covered section of the patio, nice landscaping, very green. You've got 3 big, beautiful trees in here. Really nice landscaping, actually. They did a nice job, kind of the pop of color with the shed and kind of the trees. Keeps it private along there as well. So yeah, very, very nice and attractive. So this is this one right here. Kind of gives you an idea on what's nearby as well. Okay. All right, I think that's kind of a good option. So just under $620,000. 3 bed, 2.5 bathrooms, and it's 2,586 square feet. Okay, so to recap things, there is a wide range of homes and prices available. A lot of these houses are from about 20, 25 years ago, so most of them will have a good amount of upgrades, not too much work. There may be some things once you get to around at 20, 25 years old, the roofs, furnace, some of those things need to be replaced. But overall prices from the low 400s, lots of homes around $500,000, especially if you're looking at, a 1,500 square foot home, you'll comfortably find something under $500,000. And then you can go up as high as 800 and even 900,000. There's a couple more over that, but these are going to be the exception, the customer homes. Okay. All right. So I think that gives you a pretty good idea on how much it costs to buy a home in the South Salem area. Okay. So to recap, South Salem, it's a peaceful, well-connected part of the city. It's a great mix of home styles. You'll see behind me some larger, really attractive, modern style homes, plenty of green spaces. Prices here are fantastic, especially compared to Portland, for example. You've got good schools, close proximity to nature. So overall it's a good area, definitely an area for you to consider, especially if you're relocating from out of state and you're feeling maybe Portland's not quite right for you, but you want to be in Oregon. Remember, South Salem, or Salem itself, is the capital of Oregon as well, so plenty of job opportunities here as well. Now, if you have any questions about South Salem or want a little bit of help finding the right neighborhood for you, I'd love to connect. Feel free to drop me a comment below or send me an email. I've got my contact details on the screen. But for now, please subscribe to my video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in that next video.